The topic that I want to discuss today is about the America-China relations. The context is about America, about China, history of China-US relations, US-China tensions, and Second Cold War, and at the end, conclusion about America. All we know that America has the most powerful weapons, and the weapons that America is used in many of the wars. So that's why their weapons are mostly used, and in the weapons market, any weapon which is used in any type of conflict or war, the price of the weapons always rise. Has controls on the many nations. All we know that the America controls many nations. Like many of the revolutions, they are trying to put. They put like the color revolution in Central Asian countries. Revolutions in recently in Cuba. Recently in Cuba, revolutions against the government. America has the power and they can do that. Also, America in 50s, 60s, America also put the revolutions. Tibet on the Tibet revolution, they are putting the ni hao. They put, that's they are controlling many nations. They control many nations. They always took the points and they always took the points and the weak points of any nation that and use it for their own benefits. Economy, all we know that America has the most powerful economy. It is confident in the first most powerful economy, but it has sustainable economy. If China rises and overtake the American's economy, overtakes on the American economy, but the American economy has a chance. They can always be on the top after a few years. But the American society is now divided, mostly divided. Now we are the like white supremacists and the diplomatic people, white supremacists and the liberals people, and they are the white supremacists. Trump, and that's the Trump is a white supremacist, and they took 48% of the Americans' vote. That means the society is divided. And one more, the society is how much the society is divided. Like the Americans' army is they finding out the in old soldiers who is and those soldiers who is related to the white supremacists who is in the past who took part in the white supremacist organization, any other organizations like supremacist. And the poverty, America is the richest country, but they have also where they face poverty, the people face poverty. They have very high prices of the medicals and many of the fields. If any middle class person who cannot afford the insurance in the medicals, that means they cannot afford any sort of small of the medical checkouts. That's type of poverty. That means in America that if you want to a best quality of health, you need to get insurance. Without insurance, you cannot for the middle class, and you cannot afford the fees of the doctors. In India there are many other factors. America is mostly do not invest on their people. They mostly invest because the many of the monies they are using, they invest on the America. They invest or waste it in the different countries. Like in Afghanistan, they wasted a lot of money for their own goods. All the waste all the money of their people to the in never-ending wars. Like that's why the people are facing poverty. They can resolve it, but they need to take it. About China, new economical power. China is rising, and the most increasingly the way they rise is the way is the most powerful now. That the second most powerful economy, and the chances in few years their economy will take over the American's economy. That's why we are seeing the tensions in the American and Chinese economy. Americans put taxes on the Chinese products, and China not Chinese is the same thing. And China is global manufacturer. Means that any country, as if you any company, if you want to make some products, they call to China. We wanted to make in China. Main reason was that they have um, less labor costs, and many of their government support the manufacturers. In the manufacture equipment they are like that. If someone is manufacturing something, they have all their needs products around them. That's why they less their costs and help the companies to get more profit. and they are developing relations with the different nations. When they got the independence, they are not related with the many countries. Now they are developing their relations with the different countries and getting try to involve in their they never involved in the policies. They also you want to they always take the uh, economic use with the countries, like they are involving BRI from the different countries. They are taking different countries to part in the BRI, but the problems they will face or face their decline in the population after the one child policy. One child policy is the most favorable at the time where they need it, but the continuous and they continues for a lot or longer period. That the people of the couples in China don't want to get a baby. If we if they do not have a baby, that means they in the future they do not have the labor working labor. The China is the biggest problems, and they have almost in according to the Lancet, they have only a 9 years around 2000 2029. After 29, their population will decrease. Their population sharply decrease. And the second, the power in few hands. After the independence, there only one party is ruling, the Communist Party. That means the power is in few hands. That's the not so good thing. The power in a few hands, that means they are taking the decisions of the whole population of 1.2 billion people in the few hands people. Next, history of China-US relations. After Chinese independence, as we know that they don't have enough they don't have any different relations with the different countries. But after with the help of Pakistan, when the Nixon visit in 1960s, they developed their relations with the Americans that helps the China in the economy and the many of the first Cold War. China is with the America and against the Soviet Union, and they help the Americas in the First World War. Access to the West and access to the West in the help in the for the help in the First World War. America give the access to the access to the West market, and they accept the World Trade Organization. And economic depression of 2008, China and US bothly worked together to take out the people from that depression. And Ebola virus, when the virus is when the spreading the American, US, China, that means that those relations that the American Chinas are working together. America and Ebola virus, the Chinese and making collaborate together, and the Chinese made many hospitals and many in the Africa. Climate change, they are climate change. They are constru- they are working on the climate change, and they are making good rights, and they wanted to change the climate change. They are the basic parts. They want to change the climate. Want to work on the climate change. These are the points as China and USA has they are on the same pages. Oh, now tensions point. Security. Like we are hearing about the Huawei. What is the main cause of the American decision of Huawei? The security that they are arguing with the Huawei, that they are taking private informations of the Americans. But somehow Americans apps, they are doing the same thing. The American apps are doing the same things, but the tensions, security tensions, and the financial issue. And the fact that the America is rising as the power, and all the power. When you have economy, that means you have power. That means China is increasing their influence, and that's why in the financial issues, that the majority of the debt, America's most money is most of the part of the Americans money. America have to pay the debt to the Chinese peoples, and the human rights issues that the Rohingya Muslims and the human rights there, and there is some time of what's yeah, and some kinds of they are working on the human rights issues, Rohingya Muslims, and many of the minorities in China, and the America has concerned with it. America want to use it as a and most important, BRI versus Build Back Better World. BRI, China's initiatives, and Build Back a World, G7 initiative. initiatives. Both major work have to build better work and give more to increase the economy of the world. Second Cold War. Now we are in the second Cold War, and America is working on a contained China policy. That means China contain China from the all the borders, and they don't want to move it neither in the province which is connected with the west and which connected to the Central Asian countries. Central Asian, the China, the organizations, a militant or Muslim militant organization, America is supporting to stop them from that. In Pakistan, in Malaysia, in South China Sea, Americans wanted America main America wants to contain China from the all over the world. That they put, pointed out the India to do that, but India can't be with us or against with us. Now we are on the same and on the situation like America wants a basis in Pakistan, but we are in the almost we are balancing the powers, but we as a Pakistan we are balancing the both America and China, but somehow we have to take a team, Chinese or American. Now we are taking the Chinese, and we do not allow Americans to make their bases on Pakistan soil. India China conflict is the biggest conflict. It can like India and India China. There are the many places in China. China's talking. They have and it's Chinese places. The in when they have before the century of humiliation, the China the places the places the Chinese had control. That now the China wants to control them back, but they are in China. That's why we are facing the Indian-China conflict. But this is the more dangerous thing for the India because we all know that the chicken neck of the India. If there's small strip, if it's blocked, all the seven sisters in China in India have their own power and they can make their small countries or states because majority of them are wanted to separate from India. Afghanistan, and now in Afghanistan, they have a question why America leave it in a so hurry they are leaving. First, the main reason if Afghanistan got peace, it helps China to increase the economic power. America left. That means China is now again unstable. That's helped America to stop China. Then America wants to make Afghanistan again a graveyard of empires, and it means like the graveyard of Britain in 1800, the graveyard of Soviet Union's graveyard of now the graveyard of America. Now America wants it make the graveyard of China and Russia again. Graveyard Afghanistan is a graveyard of empires. I mean that's why America leave it. That's to create instability in Afghanistan. That is stopped in Afghanistan. The majority of the BRI project, BRI roads from the upper hand from the Central Asian countries. If the Afghanistan is stable, any of the militant group that Americans funded militant groups take part in that and stop that. China's main issue, China's main line, the BRI project, South China Seas. South China Sea, there are the many islands in South China Sea. They are the same way they are Chinese are calling before the century of humiliations. They were controlling on it, they were controlling. But after a century of humiliation, after the century of humiliation, the Westerns, they attack and they control. They are controlling. But now China is taking those islands and they created the seven dash lines in the South China Seas. In the South China Seas and also the Taiwan. Taiwan is a conflict between China and America. Conclusion conclusion is like we have to work for a peace. A peace we have to make peace in everyone. We have to create a peace every war. War is not an option in any way. We have to. War is not even any option in any cases. We have to peace. We have to keep honor. We have to solve on the desk. We have to solve issues on desks. This is the better way, and this is the way. Woman, no woman have to No women have to face their family members is died, their many members is died in Second World War. Millions of the people died, millions of the injured. That destroy the human, they destroy the complete a piece of the world. And if someone want to wars, they have to work on welfare, social welfare. That which country is giving more, which country is giving more which country is giving more facilities to their citizens. We have to fight on the fight means, as a nation, just like we are giving more facilities to our people. Our people are more happier, our people are more happy, better than you, better than we are giving a better life, and we are doing the same. If there's the war we should be want to take on, that is the better way we are on the war on the peace. That's are the links. That's you need to work on this, and you can study these links for more informations. And this is google.com. That means small points of small details. The ends. Thanks a lot. I will also upload it with this presentation on a YouTube. You can use it. Thanks a lot.